Welcome to the Comment Show, which is now on the newly renamed Euro United Daily, sister channel of Manchester United Daily. The first comment comes from Chu Chan. Pogba is not the best, but the most talented midfielder on the planet. Pogba. He may have some talent deep down hiding in somewhere, maybe there, but that doesn't matter if it's not on the surface, being displayed to the entire footballing world on the bloody football pitch. That's where he needs to show it. He was quality at Juventus. That's where he really shone, curling in screamers into the top left-hand corner, whereas now it's quite the opposite. You've got him just flapping about against Southampton. If you could find that video, go on Twitter and find it, because it's hilarious, because he's rubbish. Anyway, I mean, come on. Seriously though, I know you're just trying to get onto the show, and well done, you've done it. And I can appreciate the help in giving me an easy title for this video, but you should go home to your mother right now and apologise for what you said. Sit on the stairs and think about what you've done. Pogba isn't even the most talented midfielder in the league, let alone the entire planet. I'm sure his talent is still there. He shows flashes of it sometimes. Oh, look, he did well against Everton. But Mourinho has crammed his talent into a tiny, teeny little box and then ate that box and didn't even out that box. He just absorbed all of it to add on a few extra years to his life, because that's what powers Mourinho, just ruining good players. After that draw with Southampton, apparently Mourinho blamed Pogba and called him a virus, and that he kills the mentality of the good honest people around you. Well, around him. Mourinho could be right. Pogba has lost possession more than any other midfielder so far this season. 252 times. Whoa, the next one below that's someone from Huddersfield. Ha! Rubbish club. However, Pogba has time on this side, and I'm sure he's still got bundles of talent locked away, but clearly any talent he does have doesn't extend to his brain, because if Pogba had picked that pesky other team in Manchester, managed by the world's best coach, then he would be one of the best midfielders on the planet right now. But he didn't, all right? He didn't make that obvious decision. So right now, instead, I genuinely, I'm not even taking the piss for this. I genuinely, right now, would rather have Ederson in midfield. Just playing no-look passes to anyone. Did 2 in the last game, mental. He's our keeper and better than your midfielder. The next comment comes from the interestingly named Yummy Tipex. Don't eat Tipex, you will die. Klopp is second best manager in the world. I honestly have no idea how Liverpool haven't won anything with that squad too. Yeah, okay, I guess so. I guess you're right. Allegri's pretty good though. I also quite like Sarri, despite him not having actually won anything. Like, he hasn't won anything yet in his career, but he's still currently rated higher than Klopp, which, if you think about it, is quite odd, isn't it? Just have a think. That is strange, isn't it? So I guess I kind of agree, Yummy Tipex. If we didn't have Guardiola, then I'd love to have someone like Klopp. He just needs to win a bloody final, or just let someone else manage in the final so he can't balls it up. Liverpool have a quality squad deserving of winning at least one trophy, maybe like a League Cup. This is weird, I'm just saying nice things about Liverpool. I actually feel a little bit sick. Oh. In reality though, I actually really quite like Klopp. I think his football is entertaining, and I love how passionate he gets, running onto the pitch after the derby being the prime example. Incredible. He's just like, Alice is coming over there, but like, I'm second best in goal to the other Brazilian. I fully understand why Liverpool fans love him so much, but personally, I'm pretty happy with my current manager, who's quite good at winning leagues and finals. Zing bitch. The next comment comes from Dahir Hussein. As he forgot to add the poll, I will. Like for monkey, comment for whale. Right, okay, last week I made a huge effort to defend Mr. Clickbait King about the fact it's not his fault if polls are forgotten on a video. And guess what? He's only gone and forgot the bloody poll in last week's video. Brilliant. Cheers for that. Outrageous. How has that happened? I didn't even plan that. Genuinely, he forgot. So Dahir has made one himself. In the comments, he put like for monkeys to take over the world, or comment for whale. I can only assume he means Whale, the American rapper and music producer. There were no comments and 4 likes. So the monkeys win. The world will be ruled by 1970 pop band The Monkees after the humans die. That'd be great, that. That'd be a great world. People say you're monkeying around. No, I'm not. I'm whaling around. That's the thing. Whale. Deno10 underscore said, have you got eyebrows as a moustache? Oh my good God. I think you may be right. First there was Post Malone with his moustache looking like two dogs kissing, and now there's me with an eyebrow tash. But now we must confirm this fact with the power of Adobe After Effects CC 2019. Did it work? The next comment comes from Lewis. Imagine if Schalke drew Man City. Man City can't draw Schalke because City aren't a physical human entity with opposable thumbs that can pick up drawing utensils to draw a Schalke. Yep, I took your comment and interpreted it in a literal fashion. That was akin to a dad joke. So if you're wondering, yes, I am incredibly funny. Please subscribe. The next comment comes from Nyan KC. Man City will never win the UCL. Won't we, Nyan? Won't we? My interest in the Champions League is starting to grow more and more now that I'm surrounded by it at work, because I have to pay attention to it now. Ugh. Obviously, I think, you're completely wrong and an idiot, and you should join Cho-chan from earlier on the stairs thinking about what you said. But the more constructive part of me says that I can picture us not winning the Champions League under Guardiola. I know I said that. Incredible. Guardiola has won 2 Champions Leagues. I do realise that. And I think we have a pretty good chance, the best chance we've ever had, of winning it this year. But Guardiola's total football does hinge on people not making mistakes. And with the nature of how many games there are in the knockout rounds of the Champions League and the sheer size of the competition, right? It must be scary going out there and playing in front of all those people. And the lights, and at night. So that means there's more mistakes made by our players in those games. It's just natural, that's how humans work. And as you saw against Liverpool last year, bottled it a bit. Guardiola's teams are built to dominate leagues, as you can tell from him winning the league title in 8 of his last 10 seasons as a manager. But he's not made the final of the Champions League since 2010-11. Maybe a coach like Ancelotti builds the best teams that are geared for winning the Champions League. I don't know, he's got 3. I'm just spitballing it. But, I hope you get my point. So, Nyan, you thought you were right, but no, you're not. No, you're not. Oh, so bad. The next comment comes from No Salad. I assume he doesn't want any salad. Kieran will never win a Stat Wars game. No, I won't, okay? And I don't even think I won one before the league started. I got my point against McCubbin, and I was riding high. I thought that would be the motivation I needed to push on. I thought I cared. I really thought I cared after that. But then earlier this week, someone in the office comes over to me and goes, it's you versus Pato today. What? Give me some bloody notice. Some bloody notice. What's happened here? Why am I talking like this? Me against Pato. My head had long gone before I even sat in that crap gaming chair. The gaming chair's rubbish. It just goes forward. Someone put the seat on wrong. I don't even know who I have left. I got 1 game left, but I'm happy to be relegated already. James is going to come in. I can't lose if I'm the referee, and your comments can't hurt a hologram's feelings because holograms don't have the capability to produce emotion. Tack Games has the next comment. Will you support Schalke next season, or are you planning to change clubs or watch different leagues? Genuinely, I think I'm going to forever follow Schalke now when I can. I've somehow fallen in love with this club that can't score goals. I think it might just remind me of supporting City when I was younger. Just championing a team that are a bit rubbish, but there's still some pride there for some reason. No idea why. It's just your team, isn't it? As for the future of Schalke Shout, it shall run for the entirety of the season, but if this show manages to make it to next season, then I reckon we'll have to have a change. I'll still follow Schalke in my spare time, don't you worry about that. Gelsenkirchen gang, haha! But I think we're going to have to take it over to La Liga. Definitely La Liga, not Serie A, because please, just don't make me watch Italian football. Please don't. It's so bad. Schalke Schau! Schalke are through to the Champions League knockout rounds. There's nothing better than progressing from a game you've just lost 3-1. Away to Hoffenheim was a task last weekend and it finished 1-1, points all round. Hey! Everyone's having fun. The XG was 2.35 to Schalke's 1.75, so it should have been a much higher scoring game than it was. However, both goals were penalties, and both fouls for the penalties were not fouls, which, if you think about it, renders that 90 minutes of football entirely useless. Football involved. They could have just saved energy by just meeting beforehand and just agreeing on a point. No need to play the game, just let's have a point each. One standout member of the mighty Gelsenkirchen Schalke 04 was goalkeeper Farman. He made 6 saves, including a cracking double save. Worldy of a performance from him as usual, and he'd probably be a decent buy on a FIFA career mode, you know? But anyway, screw Hoffenheim. The biggest game of the season is this Saturday. The River Derby, Schalke versus Dortmund. Blue versus yellow. Good versus people who refuse to sign a new contract and leave you for another club. You all better be watching, alright? Because I know I will be. Komm auf die Schalke! That means come on the Schalke, if you were wondering. Cheers, Google Translate. Comment of the week, Cruz Florero. Saw the intro, left. Oh, Kieran was Millie rocking in the intro last week. I clicked off it instantly. Well, watch this outro, all right? And let's see if you want to lose. Yeah, you like that? That's called the trap mash. It's a thing now. I didn't make it a thing, it was already a thing. But if you've enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe. Go check out Football Daily. Check out the other videos on EFC. Why don't you go watch the Scout Report? They're good, aren't they? They're actually quite informative. Yeah. That's it.